We're Nick and Kim, a Belgian couple who spent a year and a half traveling the world before returning home to Belgium, where we bought this Ford Transit van. We just spent 3 months converting it into a tiny house on wheels that we can drive around Europe. After such a long time with lots of work and very little play, we wanted to have a big adventure for our first international trip of van life. Something exciting and perhaps slightly crazy. Which is why we decided to drive our van 3,000 kilometers up north into the Arctic Circle to explore Swedish Lapland in winter. Today we are going to do our first bit of exploring here in Lapland and get to celebrate Christmas Eve in one of the coolest places we could imagine, both literally and figuratively, right here in the Arctic Circle. That is what you get for sleeping in minus 14 degrees Celsius. That is actual ice on the inside of the van. Fortunately, we were nice and toasty in here, but you can clearly feel the cold coming from the window once you open up the covers.
I was slightly, I don't know, nervous about sleeping in this kind of cold. I thought, well, we'll be able to keep it warm enough, but like we'll be comfortable. Will there not be like a lot of cold drafts coming from everywhere and like chilliness? But toasty all the way.
With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around.
We slept in the parking lot of this really big shopping center. All these cars were not here last night. Right now it's snowing. This is like a proper winter wonderland. I mean, look at it. I mean, tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I'm pretty sure this year is gonna be a white Christmas. But the plan for today is to get some supplies. Can you close? Thank you. The plan for today is to get some supplies that we still need for our Christmas Eve dinner tomorrow. I'm just super, super excited to be here. This is going to be such an incredible experience. And one of the first white Christmases that we've had. And when is the last time we've had a white Christmas? And what happened to the back of our previously white van?
Not white anymore.
No. When is the last time we had a white Christmas? 2010, 10 years ago. And after this shopping spree, we're gonna go to Abisko National Park, hopefully, which is the best place in Sweden, allegedly, here in the Arctic Circle to see the Northern Lights. Really love this store. I've never been to a Coop or Coop, I don't know how they pronounce it exactly, but this alone is like the cheese aisle. This is all a selection of cheeses. They have a bunch of choice, but I do think we're gonna be here for a while because we're going beyond the grocery list that we had. The only thing we're having a bit of a hard time figuring out is what we're gonna do for our entree tomorrow for the dinner.
Figure out something. We didn't really come with a plan, which was maybe...
Yeah, we had a plan for main course and not for the rest, so
yeah.
It was sort of predictable this was gonna happen, but
yep,
still.
It was.
I think we have everything we needed and then some.
We bought too much. Where are we gonna put this?
Where are we gonna put this? Because our fridge is already quite full.
And it's dark. Completely dark again. Just, what time is it? 12? 1?
I think so, yeah. Nice and toasty?
Super toasty.
Nick? Nick? Yeah. I sort of have my hands full here. Oh.
Quickly, get inside. It's nice and toasty.
It is nice and toasty.
Beautiful winter landscapes. Look at this. This is what we came here for. Snow. Even the trees are completely covered in snow. It's snowing all the time.
Looks amazing. We realized that we probably should have left a little bit earlier because right now it is pitch black And it's been snowing for a good few hours, so it's probably a lot more.
It's snowing for about 24 hours now.
Yeah, but for a good few hours longer, so it's probably a lot more slippery than it was if you would have left right after we came out of the shop. We're still getting used to this whole 24 hours of darkness thing that they have going on up here this far north, because as light as it was, or not light at all actually, when we entered the supermarket just a few hours ago, that is about the only light they have here in winter. In a full day, the sun does not rise behind the horizon. The sun does not rise for a good 3.5 weeks, from December 10th till January 2nd. That is when the sun will rise for the first time again. There will be actual sunlight for the first time in
20 minutes.
For 20 minutes before the sun will go under again.
This one's for you.
Thank you.
Now it's time. Now it's time to drink a Belgian beer. We came 2,000 kilometers to drink Belgian beer, but we brought it here actually. This one is a very local beer. It's very close to the area where we are from. This beer was designed or invented by Kim's uncle. So David, this one's for you. Cheers. Lekker bier.
They have a blonde beer, they have a dark beer, and then they have this one, which is called the Lodewijk van Loon, because the city where David lives, where my uncle lives, is called Borgloon. So Lodewijk van Loon is like, yeah, you get the picture. Anyway, so this is the fruity kind. It's actually my favorite. It's a geek beer. It's nice and cold, although there's no lack of cold stuff here, but that's really super tasty. You cannot buy these beers anywhere in any shop. You can only get it at De Baron, my uncle's restaurant in Borgloon. So in case any one of you is interested in picking up a little bit of these beers, I will put the link to this restaurant in the description box below if you have a chance to go there or to pick it up. I highly recommend it. David, Rasikas.
The snow is falling down. I've been longing for this Christmas.
A very Merry Christmas to all of you watching. This is the spot where we are going to be celebrating Christmas. It's going to be super nice. A white Christmas for once, for the first time in a really long time. Wow. We're not gonna spend Christmas at home because in Belgium, as a couple, we're only allowed to see one other person during Christmas, which is a far cry from the big Christmas parties you usually have. And
yeah, 6 people, 8 people, 10 people.
It's not so handy, so then we figured, well, why not come up here, celebrate Christmas, just the two of us.
Yeah.
If there is any place in the world that could be more Christmassy, well, not more Christmassy, if we had to celebrate Christmas without our family, I think this might be the best place.
This is the best. Wow, look at this.
Stars shine much brighter. Or is it just your eyes that have lit something in me?
A little Swedish family just arrived and they're walking on the ice cream, I was gonna say, in the harbor. Do you think that's, I mean, they're Swedish, they should know, right?
I have no idea.
Safe?
Well, they're walking on it. I think they have some experience.
Even just mildly terrified going down this little slope because it looks like it's icy. Anyway. This goes against every instinct that I have. Can you please just... Whoa, look at that! Look at that! Is that a piece of ice? That's huge. Okay, fine. Should be fine. The other people will fine. But the other people look smaller and lighter than us, so...
Super solid.
Yeah. I think an elephant could walk on this and still be fine. Greetings from inside the harbor.
Are you a boat?
No, not that I know of.
We'll talk a cup of kindness yet for all my sons.
go for a short walk yesterday. When we arrived here, we had to come down this small little hill covered in snow. Which we're now gonna have to go up again. We're not entirely sure if the van can handle that. Traction wise, gonna find out.
Alright, here comes the hill. Will we make it? Will we not? Will we slide down? There's only one way to find out. The speed.
Too much speed.
I didn't see that bump.
I'm gonna have to check some stuff.
Wait, I'm gonna drive up the hill first.
Oh my god, you gave me a half heart attack.
Sorry, it wasn't going that fast.
That was a lot of noise. What was it?
I don't know.
It sounds like something came loose or something. Anyway, we're up the hill. Thank you for the enthusiasm.
Yeah, I don't know. What was it actually?
Probably the toilet. Can't seem to find anything that actually broke, but just a lot of stuff that seems to have been jumping around in the van.
See, super solid. Build it as a rock.
Such a tiny, tiny, tiny village here, and these houses are all painted in this reddish tint. It looks so Scandinavian. This is exactly what you would expect northern Sweden to look like, or at least what I expected it to look like. Look at those mountains in the back. I don't know if you can properly see them like this on camera, but
Gonna go on a short hike of about 30 minutes. Not sure if it's one way or return back, but gonna find out because we don't have much daylight. Well, don't have any daylight, but we'll get darker soon.
the tourist station was closed, but there are a bunch of cars here, and we have a map. We have some poles with some color coding, so we should be fine.
We're now arriving at what is called the canyon.
The canyon.
There's a river flowing here. It's half frozen, but it's, as you can hear, probably it's still running.
And it sounds like there's a waterfall.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a little waterfall as well. Look at that. It's beautiful. Listen to the sound of the snow. It crackles beneath my feet. It's super fresh snow. It fell down last night, I think.
Oh, that is so cool. The waterfall is semi-frozen. Look at it. Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Wow.
What a beautiful little trail here. I mean, this is just perfect for this nice Christmas Eve. Two of us.
Just two of us and a bunch of other tourists actually as well.
Yeah, a few
This
other
is the
tourists.
first spot where we've actually seen other people aside from that family at the lake, but
Yep. This is a beautiful winter landscape. Snow, bit of ice, canyon.
could do worse. We could do worse.
Perfect.
The way things usually work when Naik and I have to cook something is Naik does the main course, we do the entree together, and I do the dessert. And that is exact. And in the meantime, I clean up after Naik while he messes around and tries to mess up the kitchen a little bit and puts sauce everywhere. And that's sort of the division of labor. That is going to be the exact same tactic we're going to use tonight. So I am going to get started on the dessert. And we are making a chocolate mousse. Don't really have a lot of spare room in the fridge, so I think outside will be pretty cool as well.
Start up the main course now, or at least the preparations for the main course. We're gonna start with the most important thing, of course, the sauce. Just chopped up an onion, some garlic, just lightly frying them here, and then I'm gonna add some red wine because it's gonna be a red wine based sauce. Should be very good. Hope it turned out alright. And I use these knives. Kim, it was actually a gift from Kim. She bought me a really nice knife set, Japanese knives. You can see it's multi-layered steel. Really love them so far. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. Woohoo!
On this Christmas day.
So it turns out that in spite of our best efforts to seal off the water once we got here, I wanted to say to Antarctica, but I mean to the Arctic. It turns out that when we do the dishes and stuff, something clogged. Well, not sure if it clogged. I don't think it clogged
Probably has
actually,
been frozen.
probably something froze in the piping outside. So right now we can't really use our sink unless every 2 minutes we want to have this dripping down the inside of our kitchen cabinet again. Saying for as long as we're in the Arctic, we're probably gonna have to do the dishes in a bucket. In which case, preferably outside. That song that says, "Baby, it's cold outside," because it is. And need a bit of warming. I need a bit of warming, and I think we also need to get dressed into something more Christmassy.
So what do you think? Do I look festive enough with my bow tie?
Oh, very, very festive.
Oh yeah, I'm not wearing any shoes. I'm still wearing my pants.
Still wearing the ski pants.
Just to be sure that when we go outside it's nice and warm if we see the northern lights, but thought I'd dress up a little bit for this festive occasion. We're actually eating gratin dauphinois, which we're going to make in an oven. We don't have an oven here, as you can see, but we do have an oven that you can place on a gas stove. First time using it, so as a backup I'm just making some mashed potatoes. If we don't eat them, we just eat them tomorrow, but I thought, yeah, otherwise if the Christmas dinner fails, a little bit sad. So just waiting for that potatoes to boil, and then we can start on the appetizers and have ourselves some gin and tonic.
Booze.
Booze. Moose. Moose.
My dad, like me, really loves Christmas, and we both also share a love of small trinkets. And before we left on this trip, he gave me something especially for Christmas, in addition to a bunch of other Christmas decorations that my mom gave me that I want to show you guys.
And we would like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Cheers. This is our oven. It's supposed to turn into an oven.
Tiny camper oven.
It's supposed to be used in a camper on a gas stovetop. I'm gonna figure out how to put this together and then start making the gratin dauphinois.
Bon voyage, little oven.
This is a bottle that Birdie gave us when we left. Birdie gave us, as he said, a really good bottle of wine. I believe him. It's a Pinot Noir from Italy. This is really good. Birdie, this one is to you. Cheers.
So we came outside because we saw the clouds had lifted. We can see the moon, we can see a bunch of stars over there. Super happy right now that our previous camera broke. At least this camera, because there is zero light out here right now. There are no street lights, there is nothing except for the light of the moon. I know this image is probably super grainy, but still, I mean, you can see something. Whereas we almost can't see anything. The only light now is from the moon and the snow. But there's a bunch of people out here all waiting to see the northern lights. So we came out to join them. Oh, I hope we see them. It would be so cool on Christmas Eve. Is that the northern lights? Or not in the distance? I think it might be, but it's very faint.
Just having a look outside before we start our main course here. We can see like a faint green glow. I think it is part of the northern lights, but there's a big cloud before it. To me, it's not yet the northern lights. I think we're gonna wait till see it a bit more clearly before officially calling it the northern lights.
I think this is the Abisko neighborhood party. I think that must be almost all the residents that are here. Importantly, more importantly, our wine is also here. Back to cooking up our Christmas main course. It's
really nice.
I think it's almost 1 AM actually.
Yeah. But we had a late lunch. We had lunch at about 3, so makes sense to have main course at about 1. Yeah, perfect timing.
So how's the oven working?
Well, it's looking quite good actually. Look at this.
Ooh, I think that's looking better than we expected. In spite of the fact that if we would have had our pitch, we would have preferred to celebrate Christmas with our family. But if we can't celebrate it with our family,
This is the next best thing.
this is the absolute next best thing.
Thank you, Kim. This is awesome. Good morning. Well, morning. It's actually 1 PM already. We stayed up until 4 AM trying to see some of the activity here with the Northern Lights. Unfortunately, we didn't see it very clearly. We saw some glimpses, but we're gonna stick around here for a few days.
Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining us for Christmas Eve. We hope you have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to follow along on the rest of our journey through the Arctic. It's only just beginning.
Yes, it's the beginning of our van life adventure here in the Arctic and Sweden. After that, we'll head to other places in Europe if you want to tag along.
So we will see you
Subscribe.
in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.